So where are we? Well, we are at the end of 26th December 2025. I hope you all had a good Christmas, chat. It's now Boxing Day, so I hope you got good presents. Our presents were, in the end, that if you've been following on Discord, you'll have seen that we did end up we ran it pretty close in the end for the title, but we've not been doing any card research since May, because we've had massive rules changes coming up, and we lost about 60 days cumulative to fires in the design center and other parts. We got really bad luck on events, and that's a bit of a problem, because if you look, you can see that the changes we are getting in 2026 to regulations mean that we have a 36% on almost everything. We have somewhere between a 20 to 45% drop in everything. Now what you can see here next to it is the results of the research we've managed to cram in, and we did cram in a lot of research, because essentially we flipped as soon as we could despite fires and just abandoned all development on the 2025 car, which is why we tailed off towards the end of the season. That cost Lando a genuine shot at the title. But I'm hoping it has offset enough the drop in stats versus our competitors. I'm hoping. This is a good view, by the way. I think people don't realize this is here. If you're in the game and you're kind of trying to wonder and work out when regs changes are coming in, how well your future research is comparing to the changes, all you do, it's buried a bit. It's kind of buried in a stupid place, but you go to board, you go to rules and regulations, and you can compare your future research against to this. It's the only place I've found that it'll actually show it to you, and it is very buried. Won't everyone lose the same percentage? Yes, but I will assume they will have been looking to... So I'm hoping that no one else is, or everyone else is in this rough range of research. As I say, our biggest issue, I think, isn't going to be that other people aren't in the same or weren't in the same boat. It's that they essentially acquired about 60 days worth, 2 months worth. That's almost an entire research cycle on us. And if they've been using that very well for research and just splitting it with their design better, we might not have a competitive car. I think by doing this, the hope is that by absolutely abandoning development on the 2025 car, we have at least made sure we remain competitive. I'm hoping we will be slightly above average on the grid. If our best case scenario, I think, is that we have out-researched everyone, or at least been comparative research with a lot of the big players, and that the top-ups on top of the stuff we've got will keep us competitive, but we'll see. And there's 10 other teams, so if someone went for a research focus, they can create hazards for us, yeah. Do we know if any of the really good drivers retired? I think Hamilton retired last season. I don't think anyone else has retired. I'd be very surprised if we see any driver moves. So to show you the standings, just where we finished, we managed to finish in my preferred position of third, not second, because I don't want to climb too fast up this, because I am legit worried about next year. So we don't want too high expectations. I may have told K-Mag to take it very, very easy on the last race of the season, just to make sure Ferrari could have massively outscored us, and it worked. We only picked up 15 points to their 30, and they had beaten us by 1 whole point. In terms of drivers, as I say, Lando finished second. We were actually in contention right up until the second last race of the season, but just because we didn't have the legs in the car, even though Lando was doing drives of his life, Verstappen was just better. So that's just something to be aware of. Something else we have done for next year is, to keep things interesting, is we have used the new database editor that's up on the race department, which is fucking brilliant. The only thing we've altered is the order of races for next season. I've gone with a semi-random order of races, and you can see the order already. So I kind of closed my eyes and shoved them all around a bit, but made sure that we had Montreal first at King's Rook. King's Rook was quite keen to get some Montreal, getting some prominence. So our first race of the season will be at Montreal. And we will finish not at one of the oil-rich states that's throwing money at it, but at Suzuka. And then everything else is kind of vaguely randomized. We're going to be in Australia twice. We've got Miami Gardens and Austin's. We've also changed some of the sprints around. So Dutch Grand Prix is a sprint next year. I hadn't realised I'd done that. And we've got Imola second. I love Imola, one of my favourite tracks. So that should be good. Our cars limped through to the end of the season because we were throwing so much at last minute research that I had to really, really sweat out the cost cap. I'm quite pleased about this. Are you ready for how close I managed to get to the cost cap? We have exactly $53,000 remaining in our cost cap by the end of the season. I don't think you can get it tighter. I actually had to fire a bunch of our engineers to make sure we ended up under the cost cap, and we'll have to rehire them frantically in January. Other things to remember. So, Sophia. I fired them for Christmas, exactly. Sophia has come on leaps and bounds since she joined us. So I must say it's an expressive cost cap usage and expectation. So it's really critical because we can't have expectations too high because we are going to need to put Sophia in a car soon. Now remember, we've got another year left on Kevin's contract. So we can get Kevin for another year. Sophia was a 58 when she joined us at the beginning of the season. She is now a 65. That is incredible growth. As you can see, her cornering has gone from 48 right up to 61. We're now to the 56s and 58s. She is getting close to us being able to put her into a car, into a race car. I still think we can't do that until she's 70 or over. But the good news is I do genuinely think she might be ready for a race seat at the end of next season. Because we have everything maxed out in terms of improving drivers and everything. So I think we are in a very good, and we're in a very good financial situation because we ran our cost cap so close and we got everything else that we've got 35 mil in the bank going into next season until the next fire anyway, well quite. So I have thrown money where we can while staying under the cost cap at refurbishments and upgrades, because by starting the upgrades in December, because the way that the cost cap works, what you pay in the cost cap is the equivalent of their maintenance, not their construction costs. So by waiting until December to kick off the construction projects, I'm not getting any end of month costs for them, which means they'll be ready just early next season and fall under that cost cap. We are going to need to lay off the emergency parts next year because the cost cap is lower. Did you invest in sprinklers? They fucking better have done. Yeah, it'll probably just be fireworks sprinklers in the roof. That is everything I think going into the end of season. Is there anything you want to see, chat, before I slide us into next season? So the real risk here is basically if we have a decent car, we have a competitive car, and this is why with the amount of money we've got in the bank, I'm not too fussed as long as our car is basically competitive, because we can do some design on it. Is there anything else you want to see before I slide us over? Banana Warrior Goku, thanks for the subscription. What the Red Bull driver contract's like, I don't know because we haven't scouted them. I had to fire my scouts to stay under the cost cap. We'll hire them again shortly. Oh, I've just hired them. You're right. I've just hired them back again. And I've just hired the engineers back because they're going to roll over. So to be fair, I did hire the engineers and scouts back before Christmas. I'm not that mean. I just did it after the 1st of December, meaning their costs are not counted against the cost cap. So yeah, I like to think we hired them back we kind of told them, warned them in advance we were going to do it, and then hired them back on with a bonus, which would be, let's be honest, would be the most fucking F1 dodge around a cost cap ever. That would be very real life F1. Look, look. Itanen, Elenin, we did a fully competitive hiring process. It just happened to be that the successful applicants were all the same engineers from last time. So yeah, proper creative accounting at the end of the season there to cram in as much research as we could. Right, let's get this on the road. I am somewhat worried about the competitiveness of our car. I am hoping that we have done enough. Oh, did I mention that both our wind tunnel and our wind tunnel also broke down, and our suspension simulator cracked? So, you know, great fun. So let's advance to next season. I'm hoping our car is a top 8 car. If it's a top 8 car, we can work with that. Oh yeah, and we also almost discovered another fault in the wind tunnel, so that was fun. Do we need a new livery for next season? I did have a look. There's not any nice new McLaren liveries out there. I really, really want some to do another McLaren livery. If anyone knows anyone who does the race department mods and is up for doing a new livery for us, get on top of it. So we had fastest pit stops. We finished 5th. Ron Meadows is still annoyed for no apparent reason. Mags got 6th. Lando got 2nd. We came 3rd. Welcome back, Uniform 6764. And to you, Fu. Our team rating, I think, has gone up slightly. So we completed our season objective. We finished 1 place above our target, so not too high. And our long-term objective is still to win the Constructors in 2027. I think that's doable if we dev the car back up again. Our heritage rating dropped to 99 for no apparent reason. But there we go. But our overall team rating has improved. And we got a bonus from our board for good confidence. So this is the regulation changes. So you can see we're losing 5 mil off the cost cap. And look at that hit in everything. Now the game does this roughly every 5 years on a 5-year cycle, and it starts slightly earlier on the thing. So this is not unusual. I really like it. It's essentially resetting so that you're not just constantly getting better. Maybe something historical burned down, quite possibly. Maybe we accidentally burned down like all the old Honda posters. Right, let's start new season. Now, it's worth noting we have got a staff contract ending. That's because we're bringing in a new race engineer from Ferrari. And the driver contract ending we don't need to worry about. That's because we have offered Lando a new current contract, but we offered it to start at the end of this season, not mid-season, to again make sure we weren't going to get cost cap issues. So, sponsor obligations. We, I think, really need to lay off the race driver appearances. We're relatively well off. Now, we are cash rich, so we could offset some stuff for once by buying more merchandise. Like, I think we could afford that. So this is the one I want to massively minimize. We want as few of them. Oh, we can't go lower than 15, you arseholes. I think we will do race day factory events. I think we will do factory events. No, let's not do factory events because I have a nasty habit of coming around and fucking you. And I think we'll avoid them. That's going to leave us with a relatively low race income. We just have to, again, gamble that we got a car good enough that we can counter that with sponsor bonuses. I think we go with that. Let's YOLO it. Right. Okay, brilliant. The board hasn't incremented our objectives. We're still 4th or above. Unless they haven't told us what the new objectives are yet. But hopefully not. We should get good money. Sporting's fine. We haven't got any rules changes. Engines. Okay, chat. What are we doing? Are we sticking with Ferrari or do we change? It does give us horsey power. What I will say is I have kind of been eyeing up the Mercedes engine. Because look at that power loss threshold. %65% is the point at which you get power loss from it. What do the stats mean game impact wise? Okay. Power is how much power the engine can output. So I do like this is one of the places they do hovers. So this gives you your baseline speed and acceleration. But it also... power reduces over time based on the wear and tear on your engine. And so what matters here is your durability and your power loss threshold. So basically, once our engines go below 80, they're going to get worse. So it's got more power up front, but the moment we hit 80% durability, we're going to start losing power. Whereas with the Merc engine, yeah, we're sacrificing a bit of power up front, but it is much more on the better on the power loss. Now, thermal resistance is nice because this again affects durability. Fuel efficiency, that's actually less efficient, which is, it is what it is. Nice thing is more gearbox durability. We do have less durable ERSs. That's the only thing to worry about. I kind of feel like we should go with the Merc. And as Ilan says, McLaren Mercedes is also significantly less wrong than McLaren Ferrari. Shall we YOLO it and try and change it up? I mean, we're going into a complete unknown with the car. I feel like we should YOLO it and change it up. I do like that you're bound to the engine choices if you're one of these teams, which is good because they are their own powertrain manufacturers. Saves $1 million. Does save $1 million. So Lando we've still got. And we've added Giampiero Lambiase from Ferrari. So they're going to need to build up a relationship. ATR has started. Ron is bitching about pit crews. Right, your pit crew training. January schedule's in progress. That's fine. From Ferrari, he's max. Yeah. Basically, I nicked him from Ferrari. We now have both Lambiasi and Bonnie. Now, car park development is open. I think we need to have a look at when our facility's finished, though. It's probably... What does our car parts testing facility affect? I hate you can't click it and see. I feel like it's worth us waiting the 10 days before we start doing the research here. Well, let's see what state our car's in first. Right, so this is off-the-shelf carness. Let's just double check what our best option is on this. Give me that one. Right. So we're going to look at our car analysis, which is essentially our car in comparison to the rest of the grid. This is before we've done any research or dev on parts. Okay, that's a good sign. The blue numbers mean we're above grid average, which is good news. So chat, predictions. Let me do your prediction. So, same prediction as we ran last time. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stats here. I'm going to give you the option to guess how many of these are we in the top 3 for, because we are above average, so there's a chance we're in the top 3 for some of these, which would essentially mean we'd have to be one of the top 2 teams, essentially top 3 teams at a push. So how many of these do you think we're going to be in the top? Let's do the poll again. Put this up. 2-minute prediction going up now. Maybe it's reset the calendar. If so, we'll save and just quickly tweak it again. You might have to do it after January 1st. Right, so have a look at your channel points. In fact, I'll have a look at that now. Yeah, it's reset the order. Let me quickly, while you're doing that, so your prediction is up. Vote in your prediction. And while you lot are voting in the prediction, I am going to quickly open that save game in the editor. And I will move our races around a bit random. So which of those do you think we're going to be top 3 in? I'm not convinced we'll be top. I think we'll be top 3 in a couple. I'm pleasantly surprised that we are above average. Yeah, it might be that it resets them on the save load, on the year transition. So I'm just going to quickly edit them in the database editor while you lot are voting, because it's quick and easy to do. Calendar. Let's ping some stuff randomly around. Go to there. Can go over there. And we want to start in Canada, don't we? And we had sprints for Spain. What else did we spot was a sprint? Oh, and Miami and Austin were near each other, weren't we? Let's change that back to being true. Dutch Grand Prix was a sprint. Let's make the Hungaroring a sprint. Why not? 1, 2, 3. 3 sprints is enough. I fucking hate sprints. Sprints at Vanderbilt being a famously good idea. Well, you know. Right. Let's see what that does. Copy that, save. Take it back to the save folder. Which isn't in a sensible place. Because why put it in a sensible place when you can bury it in stupid places? F1 Manager, saved, save games. It's in there. Quit that, and then we'll have a look at our poll while we are reloading. So let's see what people went with. So 2% of you reckon we've got 7+ top 3 things. That's ambitious. 45% of you reckon 5 to 6. 3 to 4% you think 54. And none of you, or 0%, went for 0 to 2. Chat, you are more optimistic than I am, and I appreciate you for it. It should be that one. But it still says Bahrain, which is odd. I mean, if it hasn't changed the race order, it hasn't changed the race order. I'll muck around with that off screen for next season. No, there we go. Canadian Grand Prix in 50 days. We're off to Canada, chat. So you have to do it after the date. Right. Car reveal. We are against grid average. We're going to flip this, and that's going to tell us our rank on grid. Well.
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Thanks, Vadran. Vroom, vroom, vroom indeed. Our acceleration is shocking, but I'm not sure there's anything we can do about that. The question isn't, do we have a car? It's, does anyone else have one? Well. Okay, how do we stack up against Red Bull? So Red Bull will nail us on acceleration on every grid. That's not the greatest for them, to be honest. So that's 5th. That means they're... Well, we're rank 1 team on the grid. So does that mean Ferrari are 2nd? Yeah, because they're the 3rds. How does that look stats-wise? Did RB go for the title last year and so screw up this year's car? I think they did. Does our engine decision influence acceleration start? Yeah, because I think power really impacts your acceleration. So if we'd gone for the Ferrari engine, I suspect our acceleration would be higher. I think extra weight is one of the factors as well. So if we can reduce extra weight, that might help. Never slow down. Yeah, that's it. We just take brakes off the car. Right. Well, what do we dev? Okay, what is everyone closest to us in? What's the actual Red Bull acceleration? It'll be 1st. They'll have some crazy acceleration. Yeah, they got another 0.4 of a G on us. High speed and low speed corners. Yeah. This annoys me. Like, that is clearly at some point, if you look at these, when like this one here, CFD simulator, that is getting near to the point where it's going to need refurbing. Why can't we refurb it now? Like, why do we have to accept it going shit before we can refurb it? Can drag reduction improve acceleration? I think it does. Should we have a look, see what we can do to actually boost? Right. Does anything boost acceleration? I'm not convinced it does. Yeah, it's drag reduction, isn't it? Right, we've got 61 days, so that's essentially going to be 8 projects. And weight reduction in chassis. Yeah, we'll definitely reduce the weights. And welcome to the stream, J9 Oraf. Or J90 Raf, I suppose. Right, 51 divided by 8. I mean, let's do some comparisons. I mean, we'd have to do that to even have an impact on acceleration there. And dropping underfloor weight is not going to have a huge impact. Because there's just like nothing that influences acceleration. I mean, we're not getting major gains out of that, are we? Get a hell of a speed boost out of it. Yeah, I mean, I think we will continue our trend of dropping lifespan down by 1 on everything. I just want to see if there's anything that will disproportionately impact acceleration. Rear wing might. We might just have to accept we're just going to have shit acceleration. Google says underfloor and front wing. I mean, that's what I was... Maybe front wing then. Should we see what front wing would do? I mean, front wing allegedly has no impact at all. When you qualify at the front, don't really need the acceleration for overtakes. I mean, we've got the best DRS on the grid, which is going to help. Then we just got to accept we're just going to have shit acceleration. Compare our acceleration to Mercedes just to see if it's just. Oh, it can do. I mean, we've got better acceleration than the Mercedes. I mean, ultimately, we're only 7th on the grid for acceleration. In team terms. So we are not last. I think we just have to accept that we've got bad acceleration. Right. Let's get the basics in. We're going to continue our approach we did last year of just hitting hard on a few things. Front wings are the quickest things to build. So let's do a double. Let's kick off with some wings. Let's get ourselves... drop some weight. I think we just want to go for balanced, don't we? Let me get some more brake cooling in. Early boost on brake cooling's nice. It doesn't have that much of an impact. Go low speed and high speed. Yeah, we're going to do some... We can't do intense on lots of stuff because it's going to quickly eat into our cost cap. But I think for 3 things early on, we're going to do some intense. Now, how quickly can we get this down? 30, so it's still not going to be... 35 is going to give us a chance to make 2 of them before race day. So I think that's fast enough. They're going to take 3 days each to make. So that's 6 on top of it, 41. So we're doing an intense on front wing. I mean, side pods is just always good. Suspension early is probably decent as well. I mean, suspension theoretically hits. Acceleration. Having good cornering will reduce the impact of poor acceleration. Yeah, exactly. Was the restriction paid out? It's a good question. So the outcome was 7+, wasn't it? Congrats. $34 is good. We will do intense on that. Basically, the first 4 things we pick are getting intense, and everything else isn't. I mean, rear wing just... because, you know, rear wing. Which can technically go to that. It's quite important. Your strategy middle wing. Did you used to have middle wings? And who else remembers middle wings? I think we're going to YOLO on some speed here. For round 1 on this. Exactly, Tyrrell X-Wings. And one more intense. Side pods? Or underfloor? Probably underfloor. Right, that's research done. We've still got 15 in the bank, which is good. Tyrrell did create a 6-reader. I can't remember if they ever actually raced it. So we're going to get better parts as well going forward. Simulators refurbished. Sponsor that dude? Sure, why not? Get a win, did it? Bam. Sphere up 2 more. Pit crew. New wind tunnel. New rear wing. And new underfloor. And they're going to shut down the suspension simulator for 6 days. You arseholes. Facilities. Okay, everything's vaguely working. Right, car parts dev. So, realistically, following on from last season, and given we got good grid position, we should immediately do rear wing again. We can do slightly less on this because now it's going to have a bigger impact anyway. So the reason we do it immediately again is so we don't have to buy too many parts we're never going to use. And that can be normal focus. Take 4 engineers. And what else did we just finish? Underfloor, wasn't it? So similar thing, we can go slightly lower on the bits for this. Because like the actual impact between 6 and 7 there is fucking tiny. I might as well leave it on 5. Normal, 4 engineers. So what did we finish? Do we need to make ship? Rear wing 2. Give me 2 of them, and that'll be done in 6 days. And underfloor 2. Done in 14 days, which will be before the race. Suspension is done. So again, we should go suspension boost. Quite like a bit more brake cooling on that. Drop some weight. That's quite a big impact. So we will actually go on that. We're going to be 3 to 5 lifespan on those though. And that's 3 to 6. Let's go with that. Normal is fine. Let's build front wings, 3 days. Canadian Grand Prix in 15. So give me 2 of them. And was it suspension? Was the other thing we finished? Finished something. Suspension. How long? 7 days. Canadian Grand 14. Nice. Because we're being able to build normal parts, which just makes so much better. And was it front wing we just finished? Yes. So give me another front wing. Jesus. think we'll just leave that balanced. So we should have all of our parts in time for Canada. We do have idle scouts. That's fine at the moment. Various signs of structural, yeah, prove it. Ring manufactured. I'm paranoid about our dev facilities. I wish it would give you more warning when something's fucked up. Damn, chat. Damn. That is a car. I'll be honest, it's a car, depending on how the season's going, I'd even consider sticking Flörsch into mid-season. We have a state-of-the-art warning system that can accurately tell you whether or not any given facility is on fire in real time. Right, car parts. New front wings. New rear wings. New underfloors. New suspensions. We still got the same drivers, yes. So K-Mag, we renewed a contract. We had to spend another 10 million on him, but he's essentially the best driver in F1 apart from Max now. And I think, well, when you think about how our car is, I think it's safe to say this might be the year we can push for the championship. So we have almost 2 kph on the grid average. At 1.8 on Ferrari. Remembering we have the Merc engine, which is theoretically slower. And at least, and just over a kph on Red Bull as well. K-Mag is best. I'm comparing car 1 because it doesn't really matter at the moment. The cars have got the same parts running on them. Because this is the thing to remember. When you see the numbers here and you go, oh, this is third. That's because both of our cars are better than any of the Red Bull cars at this stage. Because there's no variance in the cars at this stage. They have the same parts. Right. I mean, I'm reasonably confident we're going to get 6th on the grid. I'm reasonably confident we're going to reach with 2 drivers. And if we're going to reach Q3 with 2 drivers, Q3, we're definitely reaching Q2. Race targets. Oh, right, no, Norris is best driver. Finish position. Right, we never want to go more than 1 on this because if we get a crash, it fucks us. We will go 6th to begin with. Let's not be too crazy. And in terms of guaranteed stops, give me a finish position streak of 1 driver in 6th over 3 races. Then we'll reassess. Qualifying position streak, 1 driver in 8th. Yeah, that's fine. But again, let's drop that down to 3 races. We'll reach Q3 without reaching Q2 because we're that good. Exactly. Right, that's good for targets. Now, if Soph absolutely ruins the car, we're going to have to reload because we don't have the parts to deal with that at the moment, but we'll see.
Formula One has arrived here in Quebec, and we're excited to get underway. As we start a brand new season, the slate is wiped clean, and all 20 drivers prepare to make an instant impact.
Right. Car parts don't need to change anything. Car setup. This is where... Oh, this is going to be changed. I've got to jump around and find the right tracks. We are in Canada, aren't we? Give me Canadian datas. So it suggests 3.5 down to 12, 2.8, 315, 0.8. Run plan, give me 2 more of them. Give me that, give me that. Car setup. 3.5. 12. 2.8. 315. 0.8. 16. Soph, get in the driver's seat, please. I missed anything? I don't think so. Let's save. Now remember, practice is not a good test of our car, because we are going to be running slow to avoid wear. So we should be right down the bottom, basically. Don't stress about it. Do not stress about it. I fully expect us to be down the bottom of this, and while we're doing that, I'm going to go and get another beer, and I'm going to feed a small kitty.
How's the balance?
I'm happy.
Understood. Tyres okay for the moment?
Yeah, confirm. Title's not looking too bad. balance check when you can.
We're back. Kitty has been fed. How are they looking? Setup feedback quickly. Has Alonso required? Yep. That's an 88, which is annoyingly close to perfect, but not good enough. So let's go with a 2, 2, 2, 3, 1. As always, we're using the excellent f1setup.it for this, because fuck this minigame. That's fine if you're just doing a single season, but when you're doing a lengthy campaign, you really don't want to be arsing around with this. Right, now just run to the end. Nozar, unsurprisingly, you're exactly the same. Canadia. 3, 12, 2.8. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's right. Great, great, good. Optimal. 2, 2, 2, 3, 1. 4, 12, 3.7, 3, 0.75. And yeah, just run right to the end of the session. This is one of the rare times we will run 3 practice sessions, to be honest. Because it's just to build up all of the knowledge and everything else.
Looks like quite a big accident, yeah.
As long as it wasn't one of my lot.
Debris here.
Ocon! Ocon, it's good to have you back. We see any driver changes? Leclerc and Verstappen, so no. Perez and Russell, so no. Bottas and Ralph, Mick rather, so no. Stroll and De Vries, so no. I don't think any drivers have moved at all. Oh no, hang on. Who's that? We've got a new Haas driver. Drugovic. Yeah, I think it must be. Yeah, so Haas have got a new driver. Worth pointing out that even running at his slowest pace, Norris is 15th on the grid. Bottas, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you out there spinning again.
All okay with the car?
Yeah, happy.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. But that's fine, as I say, this is one of the few ones when we're out for lots of practices, so it's okay. So, carry on to the end of the sesh.
Yeah, let's know what your thoughts are.
Great. Because we'll get K-Mag into the car for practice 2.
the accident. Stay well away from the
Russell, what are you up to? Oh, Russell, you clipped the wall. You clipped the wall, mate. It's never a good look.
BSC deployed. Dash positive. Dash positive.
Yeah, confirm. BSC ending. Copy.
Soph, just say something. That can't actually be her voice. They must have just got some generic copies done. See you later, Random Deal fan. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget, we'll have this up on YouTube in a couple of days as well, so... How on earth is Stroll still in a job? Is he good in this game?
So he's taking the flag.
Well, I can tell you that he starts with a 6-year deal at Aston Villa. Aston Villa? Aston Martin. Might be slightly more useful for Aston Villa. So it sounds like they've got generic female voice and probably then presumably generic male voice for unvoiced people that will kick in on very limited things. Set up section 1990. 90 is fine, but we might as well tweak it because we're going to tweak it anyway. So, K-Mag's back in the car. What's the feedback on this? Great, good, great, optimal, great. Go down to 3. 12, 3, 7, 3, 15. 6, 5. Run right to the end. When is the end? 77 laps, apparently. Run for 75 laps. Tyres will give out long before then. Car setup. It's going to be the same, but let's just make sure. Great, good, great, optimal, great. Down to 3. 315. 6.65. Run plan up to 75. Drive light. We'll see how they get on because we might not send them out for P3. Send out, send out. Tactics. Don't. Don't. I am very much looking forward to qualifying. I went 310 rather than 315. Ooh, that's annoying. Well, at least I know what to tweak. Well spotted. Send Mag out on the track for familiarity in P3. I might send them both out. Boost the car part knowledge. What we'll probably do is send them out in softs and we'll run them to the maximum that the soft tyres last. Basically depends on what the maximum parts knowledge is we can get. Because parts knowledge is limited per session.
How you feeling?
So he's still on a great. We're going to leave him out because this is... Essentially, there's no point calling him in because they get better track knowledge this way. He's on optimal. So actually, that's fine then. So we know that actually all we need to tweak on Norris is that 310 rather than 315. I fucked up, so we go to 315. And then he'll be on optimal too. So we'll send him out in P3 for building up car part knowledge. I do definitely wish that they had some legacy knowledge of the track layouts. Again, you can treat it like the parts, and you can kind of go, well, you lose X% every year, and sometimes you lose more. But like Magnussen and Norris have raced on this track, even during the duration of this game, they've raced on this track 3 times already. So it just kind of makes sense that they would at least go into the track knowing what the track vaguely looks like. They wouldn't start from zero knowledge. I'd start them from a baseline of 20 by all means, but I still think make it a stat. Make it so there's like a track knowledge retention stat. And the maximum a driver can retain knowledge of a track is 50% or maybe 40%. And it scales down from that. That's trundling along at the back of the grid, but that's fine. We don't mind. I like to think that what we're doing here is everyone else is unsure what our cars can do. So Leclerc and Verstappen are like, yeah, no, we got loads of time on these McLarens. Conditions are bigger variable. Yeah, I mean that's it. You can turn around and easily go, well, there's always changes to a track or the rubber situation or whatever else. But just the idea that you start from zero knowledge just is low. Just seems a bit pointless. I mean, K-Mag's done well there. Given we do need to preserve K-Mag's parts more than Norris's. How's he looking? 80. I'm going to leave him. 80% driver prep for him is fine. Noz is on... I want 2 pairs of mediums. We're going to send both of them out. You're just going to do 3. Do me 3. This is average race pace. And you're going out in softs. But we're going to change your car setup because I fucked it up. And we know that if we do that, it's going to be optimal. So you are going to need to go out for 20 laps. So just run light. So we're going to get a K-Mag optimal. "23 degrees in Montreal in February" is probably not right. Yeah, like if we're going in Fahrenheit. That's what I think is. I think essentially it sets the temperatures and the race. All you can change is the order. And remember, I'm doing that via a database editor, so I'm not surprised it's slightly quirky. You can see this going horribly wrong, probably. Right, we're not going to take him off of his modifiers. We are going to give you instructions though. So basically we want him out to confirm the setup and ideally to get over 90% on driver prep. Yeah, Norris. Slower than Bottas. K-Mag, did you not technically set a time? How did I only put you for 2? Go out. Go do some fucking driving, mate. Have fun. K-Mag fastest on track. Now again, it's practice. Don't get too excited. I just googled Feb temps in Montreal and Google says 26F, so 23 degrees. Depends whether it's Celsius or not. And the game measures in Celsius, so no. This is an unreasonably hot day in February. Global warning.
Okay with the car.
Right, he's on optimal. Pretty certain if we call him in, he's going to be over 90, but let's have a look. Yeah, that's fine. Should we see how fast Norris can go? I mean, remembering he's on used softs. Give me 4 laps. On standard. Let's just do standard. Let's go aggressive first lap because we need him to warm the tyres up. Right, tyres are in range. Now go standard. And neutral. He's in traffic as well, so... Damn it, I've just put a massive fingerprint on my glasses. Gotta get a lens cleaner. I'd say we're looking reasonably fast. I think we're up there. What season is this? Second, third. This is 4th season. So first 2 seasons were trying to rebuild McLaren into a decent team. 3rd season was meant to be our first attempt at a title challenge with Lando, but obviously the massive fires and the big rules changes impacted that. But 3rd season was also the first time we could bring Sophia Flörsch on board, because obviously our goal here is female world champion, so we need to get Flörsch into a drive. So Flörsch will be getting her drive when we get her over 70 in stats. We need her at least that before we can get her in a drive. So I reckon we are on target to get her in to replace Magnussen when his contract's up at the end of this year. So year 5 in our game, we'll see Flörsch become the first woman of the modern era to have a Formula 1 race seat. I'd like us to try and win the... I think with this car we can be bullish. Now we've seen the stats on it. And what we want to ideally do is win the World Championship with Norris this year. We've got 3 years left on Norris's contract, so... When would I say the modern F1 era begins? I mean, you can go back to like well, I mean, depends where you want to pick it from, but let's say 1990. How many years will we have to have us to try and win the World Championship with us? So, she's 24 now. She'll be 25 this year. She'll be 26 next year. I think if we can get her over 80 in skills, we'll have a chance. So theoretically, we should be able to skill her up enough in time before she retires, but we'll see. Good 10 seasons. I am feeling ambitious and think we can do it in 8. Yeah, K-Mac's never been a problem. Piastri was. Right. Now we see if we've got as good a car as we do on paper.
Now it's time to see who come out on top. As
yeah, Piastri is ruining everyone's lives at Williams. After teams stopped having to qualify just to get on the grid, I'd say so. 1995. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Oh, pre-qualifying. Fucking pre-qualifying, man. Right. One flying lap, one flying lap. Let's do this. Hey, kitty. You feeling happier now you've eaten? How you doing? Yeah, if you see any pigeons, you let me know. He's on pigeon watch. He has taken up station. And he is on pigeon watch. There you go. He also just happens to put himself in exactly the place where the fan blows cold air to. So, you know, there's that. Dinner has been eaten. Right. Let's see what these cars can do. Assume it's dry. Yeah, it's going to be dry. Watch probably for Verstappen. Right, Verstappen's just gone out. Go. It's a pretty not clean run, that. Mags needs to go out again at the very least. He basically got stuck massively in traffic. Let's send them both out again on the same tyre. Norris doesn't need to go out. Mags does. Off to pick up your grocery order. Have fun. Enjoy the groceries. Oh, he's going to get stuck in traffic again.
So currently P4.
Better though.
Box. And
That'll do.
Copy.
After the risk race, can you shut? Yeah, absolutely. So race simulator is maxed out. So we prioritised maxing out the race simulator because obviously we needed to get Flörsch training up. So we had 2 seasons before we could get her into the team because of the she needed to spend 2 years in F3. So we just gradually upgraded the race simulator over that time. We've done minor upgrades to things like helipads and all of that, just because there's things like that where once they need reconditioning, the cash value is so low that you might as well just upgrade. The big thing I did last season was spend money to start upping our things like the simulator and all of that kind of thing. And I think that's where we will invest money this season as well. Right. Do we reckon we can qualify on those? I bet you we can. We reckon Max can get through qualifying too on those. Let's give it a go. Right, let's just watch for groups this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, that's a good gap. He's on his race lap. Perez is on his race lap. That's clean enough.
Currently P2.
Max! What are you doing, man? Can we get him out in time? Just, I think. Yeah, I kind of blocked myself on that one. It's my own fault. He's going to get a run in, though. Oh, come on, he got round in time. Yeah. There you go. Right on the edge we got him through. Right. So Norris gets fresh softs for Q3. Mags is going to have to get the worn softs, so I do want to keep 2 sets of softs. And everything else is being returned. But we know he's top 10 at least, so... As Hammy retired, yeah, so Alonso, Hamilton have retired. I'm trying to think who else has retired. Fun thing you can do via the database editor is bring them back. And I noticed there's people like Mika Salo in the game. And Kimi Räikkönen. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There goes Verstappen. That's Verstappen's race lap. Now, I think I got that better in the gap. Oh, we're going to get caught in traffic. We might be alright, we might be alright.
Currently P2.
I'll take that. Mag's got traffic. There should be a step back in time mode, run Prost, Lauda, Senna, Mansell. What I would love is that they should have a Legends mode, like that you should be able to turn on a setting that means there's a random chance that legendary drivers will regenerate after, say, 5 years. I'm quite tempted to do a run at some point where we're only allowed to have a team that is based on the children of former great stars. As a massive Schumacher fan, Mika managed to be the only Finn I ever had a grudge against. Schumi is one of the greatest drivers of all time, but he did change the sport for the worst in my mind. There was a 93 season mod for last year's game, was there? Oh, hopefully someone revives that. Right. Second on the grid. K-Mag had a bit of a bad qualifying, but that's fine. Happens. Nephew's a huge Max Verstappen fan. Does he just spend... Does your nephew spend his time just running into walls? Right. Now, one thing I've noticed with the strategies is it tends to build the strategies based on the tyres it expects you to have, not the tyres you actually have. So, let's see. One stop medium to softs. Softs to mediums. Don't mind if I fucking do. That's 128, 128, 129. That's technically quicker. I would love a McLaren. Is it worth us going 3? I'm guessing not, but it's always interesting to check. Do we go 3 stop? Where's the stuff where it'll tell us the pit distance? I mean, we can run aggressive on that. 3 if you push the tyre 20 steps, yeah. Wasn't typed up. I mean, that's it. I mean, Schumacher's main problem was when he would instinctively be nasty in dangerous ways, and was several times. But that is exactly also what made him such a great driver. And a lot of the stuff that he did, this is why I say it's kind of like changed racing slightly for the worse, is he normalized a lot of behaviors. And no, they're not. They are what they are. I think with Kev, we definitely do 3 stops, because he's traditionally not been great on stretching tyres. Right, so Kev is coming in on 21 and 50. Lando's coming in on 19 and 50. Lando, you can come in on 49. Fuel. Do we race this one clean? Let's race this one clean. Mags. Push a little bit. Yeah, you can afford to push. Schumacher made me so angry that he resorted to dirty tricks. I genuinely think, from all the interviews you hear with me, I don't think he convinced himself he wasn't doing it. And welcome to the stream, by the way. Yeah, well, we were talking, if you want the good discussion about that race, you want to catch up on the last stream, which is up on YouTube now, I think. We were talking about that and about all of the stuff to do with that race. incredible. Aren't we slightly less fuel efficient than last year? We are, that's true. Let's take an extra lap of fuel. And we'll burn that in lap 1. We good? I think we're good. Uh, 100% agree on his brother. I think he suffered from having to live up to the name. Right.
This is it. We're
Here we go.
now at the Canadian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
Let's see what we got. So you can use battle assist. You can use battle assist, and Norris is a good driver, so you can have overtake aggression high. What you got, Norris? God, that acceleration. Oh, we are going to lose grid position a lot. Hello, Kitty. Verstappen's not breaking away, though. And Magnussen's up into 9th.
And if we watch Magnussen, there's the opening. And they move into 9th.
Yeah, look, much as I really like watching you clean your ass, Cat, can you not do it there, please? I do need to be able to see chat. Yes, thank you for... When I said I don't need to see your ass, I didn't mean turn around and wash your balls. Oh, Max is annoyingly good in this game. I'm being absolutely harassed by that Red Bull.
Just do the best you can.
So it looks like it's the Red Bulls and us. Everyone's broken away from the Ferraris already. Yeah, can you not knock over my second screen? Go on, shoot. Your fastest lap. The problem is there's no real way I can see to just dev into acceleration. There just isn't. So we're just going to have to focus on everything else. Cornering, maybe. We can get better cornering, then we don't have to drop as much speed.
Caution on the battery. Confirm. So we're low on battery at the moment. Cover that.
I think our straight line speed is pretty brutal. That's twice he had DRS on us. It took him 2 sets of DRS to attack us.
Just stay focused.
Overtaking is very difficult.
course.
I mean, we've got a competitive car.
Why did it? Okay.
He's basically only taking us on DRS. And our brakes are good. Need to find for the extra stop. Yeah, we do need to find for the extra stop. I genuinely think if we can gap him, work towards a goal of gapping him, then we'll break away. Essentially, I think if we can break away from a Red Bull, the Red Bull's not getting us back. As things stand. Like, it's almost worth pushing now. See if we can gap him.
Press and hold the overtake.
Yep, all good.
Not quite. Go on, go on, go on. Tiny bit more and we'll gap him. Not quite. Maybe. Did his tail open? Oh, I think his tail opened.
We are out of DRS.
Yeah, confirmed.
Yeah, he got DRS. Look, his tail opened. He got double DRS. We're not bad, though. And Mags is climbing slowly. Our tyre temperatures are good. We dropped him. We dropped him. And K-Mag's up to 5th. We need to get him onto standard fuel balance. How's he looking on tyres? Yeah, he's fine. We can leave him on I mean, if we can leave on races like this on attacking, that's really good. Should we watch K-Mag for a bit? I think Norris has gapped Verstappen quite nicely. What's holding Magnussen back in comparison? He's not as good a driver as Norris. And he had a bad qualifying, so he started from 10th. To be honest, if he'd started in 5th, I would imagine he'd be 2nd and 3rd. Should we do a push on Mags? Go on, K-Mags. See if we can get DRS range on Perez. You won't get it now, but you might get it on the next one. Be close. Go attack.
Let's get after it.
Oh, not quite. So Verstappen is pulling back on Norris now, but Norris's tyres are down to reasonable temperatures and we're still on aggressive. Go on, K-Mag. Pit's going to drop us into traffic. Yeah, I reckon we will. Ultimately, this bodes well.
You are the fastest on track.
Go on, K-Mag. The other thing is I haven't got Magnussen on aggressive overtakes because he's not as good at overtakes. You've got him, you've got him, you've got him. You've got him on the next DRS. You've got him on the next DRS. You don't need to rush this, K-Mag. Now you've got him. Go, 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 go. Good work. Vroom indeed.
Yeah, we just need to make sure that we don't fall off a cliff on that tyre.
I suspect Perez will get him back on the DRS, but... yeah, let's drop that to neutral. Yeah, that's on the Discord, Thadron. I think there's a chat about it going on over there. Has K-Mag binned many of your cars? He's not been too bad. Go on, you can get him, you can get him, you can get him. Mostly because we tend to not have him set on aggressive racing.
So head down, down.
If anything, he's suffered slightly because we've been putting Sophia in practice. And she's been more likely to trash his car and or give him a starting penalty. Yeah, we need to think, chat, about ways to offset the acceleration problem. I'm thinking we do need to go hard on cornering and straight line speed, maybe.
Got every chance here.
Yeah, you got him. Bye-bye. I think what the key lesson from this is that where we can gap the Red Bulls, they can't catch us. Right now. Thing about starting penalties, they're attached to the driver or the car. They're attached to the car. So, and Sophia's not allowed to race anyway. She can only do practices as a reserve. She can do the first practice as a reserve driver. Norris! Let me fucking locking up.
We'll get back.
So let's take a look at the replay. Now let's take a look here at turn 10. The wheels just lock up there. They took a gamble and it was just too late.
Go home, Norris, you're drunk. That's really annoying. Is he out? Can recover, you shit. What? Oh, thanks for that. Like, there's no way he should be out for that long. Right. That means Norris is back on a 2-stop. Absolutely nothing wrong with the car. Yeah, if you lock your tyres, the driver confidence just completely zeroes out. They kind of need to fix that as well. Like, I get it should take a big chunk off of it, but it shouldn't zero you. Right, K-Mag. Can Verstappen win by default at the moment?
Just do what you can.
I mean, Norris did from 20th to 1st last season, but somehow I doubt it'll happen this time.
Exit turn 9. Debris everywhere.
Dragovic making his F1 debut in style.
9, that's the location for this one. But oh, they can't avoid making contact. That will have knocked their confidence, I'm sure.
Philippe. Is that worthy of restart? No. Long season. And this is giving us an idea for the cars. Right, come in on your... Go for your mediums, K-Mag. And you might as well attack.
Looks like quite a big accident, yeah.
Oh, now we get the fucking virtual safety car, do we?
Already debris here in this section.
Is everyone alright?
Let's take a closer look. Now we're just proceeding through turn... We've got a yellow flag.
Oh, Russell's out. Did they go into each other? Bonk. Ooh. Well. We go 3-stop on Norris. Virtual safety car. We'll make it up. How is Perez not at position 20? Because the game doesn't hate him as much as it hates us. I mean, Norris is hoof and hope at this point, so.
Virtual safety car deployed. Just keep your dash positive.
Confirm.
How's the test?
Surface temps are low all round. We saw the contact. So maybe debris.
Virtual safety car is ending. They're doing a secretly good job of doing the track conditions for Montreal in January. Yeah.
So VSC ending.
Copy.
DRS is active. Pick up the pace a bit.
Come on, Magnussen. It's fucking De Vries, for fuck's sake. How is Perez not massively fucking screwed? I think De Vries says, yeah, I'd quite like to not be near him. Go on, K-Mag, you got him. There we go. K-Mag now has all of our hopes and dreams. Yeah, it's never a good thing to rely on. Remember, we need him above 6th. For sponsor bonuses. Bye-bye, Leclerc. See you later, Charlie. Is there a reason why Red Bull is so dominant at this point in the game? Really good facilities, really good designers, really good cars as a base point, really good drivers. They basically just have everything. Hey, look, it's our old friend Piastri.
So we are low on battery at the moment.
Copy.
Caution on the battery.
Fastest man on track.
K-Mag out there second fastest laps. Norris should not be lapping this slow.
Could you just introduce 3 seconds of liftoff around the lap?
See you later, Piastri. Yeah, Williams have done really well in dev terms, I have to say. They were good last season in the game. I think they've got good DRS by the look of it. Go on, Maggers. Yeah, you got him. Is Norris making up any time? He is. The problem is he's behind Leclerc, so it's deceptive. He's made up about 14 seconds. But he should be making up more time than that. The thing to remember is Leclerc's making up time as well, so they're both making up time effectively. DRS. She gets close to signs. Oh, you're all like, you help us, K-Mag Kenobi, you're our only hope. Should get him on next DRS. Or sooner. He's going for it. You've got him. You've got him. Good work, K-Mag. Kevin McNoby, yeah. Isn't zigzagging on the straight like whoever that was frowned upon? Yeah, but then Michael Schumacher did it and now everyone's allowed. Right, no one ahead of him is drawing DRS. Albon's going to have to stop it soon because he's on his softs. I assume he's going to go hards. We'll have to pit again. It's worth remembering that Magnussen is going up against everyone on softs at the moment. And K-Mag's now on a, and Norris is now on a one-stop. Dead softs at this point, exactly. Probably flicking back to neutral. I'll push him on fuel for a bit. Let's see if we can close the gap.
And we can drop the lift to coast for now. We'll pick it up later.
So we can DRS, we'll get past him and he won't catch us. Don't think we did it in time for the marker. No, we didn't. We're too smart. We'll get the next one though. Wonder if our brake engine cooling will really pay off over the length of the race. It will certainly pay off for us over the length of the season, I think. K-Mag is going to get DRS on him now. But our brake cooling is... I'm surprised we've been able to run on aggressive on tyres this long. Especially with K-Mag. Yeah, you got him, you got him, you got him. You got him. Nice. K-Mag just out here setting fastest laps on medium tyres. Fuck's Norris up to? Sort yourself out, Norris.
Really well executed. Currently P3.
To be fair, he's basically shadowing Leclerc. And it's actually quite bunched up.
So the stops are starting to happen now.
Gasly's in. I think we carry on pushing to 0.5 fuel. They're all going to be going on to hards now, I would assume. Maybe coming back onto softs at the end. I'd just like him to start drawing DRS off of Leclerc. Where's K-Mag where I have Norris? And Norris spun out, where he locked up and rejoined in last. He was second. No, he was first at the time, so, you know, that was fun. His confidence should be gradually building back up. Because this is one of the reasons he's not overtaking, is because he's got no confidence. But he is gradually building back up. We kind of need to drop Albon. I don't think we can. No, we might do. We might do. Good deploy.
Use the overtake.
Yeah, K-Mag took the opportunity, all right. Right, you're on 5, so drop to balanced.
Need to introduce a small amount of lift and coast.
We'll push a bit.
Very difficult.
Just stay focused.
Mate, it's Ricardo.
We do not require any fuel lift off.
Just take him.
Press and hold the overtake.
K-Mag's like, okay, sure, today I'll carry the team. Well, he is at the moment. Yeah, I'm on that intercom just like, fucking grow a pair, Norris. Once we get back to that, we'll be fine. So, Norris, do you need a hug, mate? Do you want me to come out there and give you a hug?
Just keep up the time management for the moment.
Neg him more. Every time I rebuke Norris, he gains stuff. Norris, you're shit, mate. You're shit. Piastri would have been higher, Norris. If I put Piastri in this car, he'd be at least 9th.
Press and hold the overtake.
Confirm.
Yeah. Norris, you're behind Piastri. He's in the standards. Okay, that's a start. I hate to say it, but Magnussen is gaining on Verstappen. Right, I'm going to get a beer. Norris, by the time I get back, I want you in at least 11th. Ideally 10th. I want you in the points, Norris, by the time I get back from the kitchen.
Could you double your lift off, please?
I assume Verstappen pitted, did he? Norris, I went away and got a beer. When I came back, Magnussen was first. You're still 12th. Yeah, so we've got one more pit to come with K-Mag. With Norris, we're looking at stretching and doing the distance now. It's just been nice to get him into the points. Yeah, Jin 2022. A good year for Jin. The fact that we can run on level 4 on these tyres is very much helping us here. Like Magnussen is opening up a gap here on Verstappen. Those are words you do not say that often. Is Norris's pitbull just telling me sucks? Pretty much. I mean, this comes down to whether Verstappen, I think, is on a 1 stop or a 2 stop. Because if he's going to pit for softs, well, we're going to pit for softs. Verstappen pitted to hards, he's on a 1 stop. Yeah, probably, because he'd have pitted earlier if he was doing soft, hard, soft, he'd have pitted much earlier. Norris is really struggling. Really shouldn't be struggling this hard. Just stick tactic 2 stops to him. Look, we're gaining time on Verstappen with K-Mag. We're not stopping till lap 50. We've got another 12 laps before we're pitting. And that interval is climbing, not dropping. Is Triple Crown livery a mod? Yes, it is. If you go on Race Department, it's a mod on for that. So we went in with the Triple Crown in Season 2 because we just fancied a change of livery. And welcome to the chat. Can pit after 2 laps in an optimal. I mean, the thing is, we're pushing happily on these. We can push on these from there. I think essentially what we'll be watching is when we start dropping back on Verstappen. Rincana, right? Yes, Montreal. So we have tweaked the race order using the database editor for this season. So we're starting in Montreal, then we've got a semi-random arrangement of tracks, and then we finish in Japan. You're getting 0.3 to 0.4 seconds per lap. Yeah. I mean, we're getting... Zena Charon, thank you for the follow. I mean, I know we got a good car. Oh, Norris, well done. Keep climbing. You can do it, Norris. We believe in you. You got past Piastri. Good work. How's his confidence? Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, now remembering Norris is going to one-stop. De Vries is in pop or stop territory. Under 30%, your tyres can pop. Like, Norris is going race distance on those mediums. Albon's got to stop. Assume they haven't stopped. They really need to stop. Albon needs to, that's 3 drivers in pop or stop territory. Would this be Magnussen's first round? I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but yes. Safety car would be the best thing in the world for Norris and the worst thing in the world for Magnussen. Might be K-Mag's first podium, yeah. So interestingly, the key thing to note is that K-Mag is tracking his tyres this year. Yeah, I mean, K-Mag with us, I mean. He did podium on his F1 debut. Hi, Cal. Welcome. Or welcome back, rather. Shouldn't be gaining on... We did say this, though. Like, Norris would be well ahead in this if he hadn't locked up. Like, we definitely have a car here. Essentially, the moment we can break DRS range on drivers, they can't catch us.
Not easy to overtake.
Norris.
Okay, crack on.
You're fine. Do it. Tracking on aggressive... Yeah, tracking on aggressive tyre use. Can't rate you when you pit. You'll have 15 seconds or so on Verstappen and 25 on the Stroll, so out in second. Yeah. Now, I would expect that to narrow, so I would think we maybe will be lucky to have 10 seconds by the time we pit. Probably 8. I wonder if the fact we're on the Merc engine is helping us because of the temperature boosts. Clean air doing wonders for K-Mag size. That's the big difference, is the clean air. That clean air is helping him so much. Have you always stayed with Merc? No, we only moved back this season. We were on Ferrari. We went Ferrari season 2 and 3, and we've just moved back to Merc because we decided that it was just too much of an abomination to have a McLaren Ferrari. So because we can't get a Honda, to be honest, I think Norris's problem is he's struck behind Leclerc, who's a good driver. Like, if he could get past Leclerc, I do kind of feel like he'd be doing better.
Confirm.
There we go. And he's back into very high confidence. Let's leave him on deploy. Let's flag back to Norris for a bit. Chat, warn me if... Yeah, I think Verstappen is starting to pull time back now, I think.
Caution on the battery.
Cool.
See, now he's back confident again. We should find he starts to do well. I'll get past the Ferrari.
Press and hold the overtake.
Confirm.
Got DRS coming up, use it. Go, 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 go. There we go. Wait, did you poach Max's engineer? Yes, we absolutely posted Max's engineer. So Norris has Max's engineer, and Magnussen's got Bonnie, so Lewis Hamilton's former engineer. Okay, we have crossed it, I think. We're holding on it, and we only need another 5 laps. You do need to drop Perez, though. Have you stolen Bull's tech and aero stuff? So we're running with a female head of aero, just because it was fun. And we stole Red Bull's... stole Ferraris. Right, is Norris gaining on Gasly overall? I think Norris has hit the tyre crossover point. Chat, do we pit both of them? Norris has got his confidence back. Do we pit him and go for a 24-lap sprint? K-Mag's going to get points. 1 minute pole, yeah, we could do a 1 minute pole. So basically your options here, K-Mag's going to get points. We just need to get more. We've got 1 car in the top 6 to get our sponsor money. So do we go with a Lando sprint? Which means pitting him for softs. That is a 1 minute poll starting now. Can I ask in your previous seasons, how much research did you do and when in the season did you start researching? So season 1, I always start researching the moment I can. So I go heavy on design early on, obviously. And in the moment I can start researching, I switch to 3 research and 1 design. And then essentially I aim to try and get to level 3 parts on the car. And then I just switch everything to research. Because I'd rather try and grind and micro through season 1 and then reap the benefits after. And yeah, this run is slightly unique in that we've had to push driver training because of Flörsch, because we are determined to win winning this with the only only female driver in the game. Right, we're sprinting Lando. Okay. In that case, we're bringing him now. He's still got a little bit in the tyres. We're going to do one lap on this, and then we're going to bring him in. So that should be optimal then. Yeah, he's got optimal now. Go. I think we leave Magnussen as he is, because as long as he's quietly pulling away from Verstappen, tyres are at 100. He is pit window. Yeah, let's see if we can get a bit more of a gap.
We will box this lap, please.
Yeah, box confirm. I can't hear you. Box, I think.
So we are low on battery at the moment.
Cover that.
Because he's stuck anyway. Because these two are fighting each other and he can't get past.
Overtaking is very difficult.
Because Stroll is fucking strolling all over the place. Can K-Mag link to the end on those tyres? I suspect not. No. Lando could.
Understood.
Right, come on Lando, you got this. Just don't fuck up the pit. You come out ahead of Sonoda, we're good.
We'll be close at pit out.
Did you get out in front of Ocon? Out in front of Ocon. Perfect. Go. Lando like you've never Landoed before. That was a good stop. We're going to leave him on attack. Dragovich back there doing numbers. Right, Norris, come on, you've got this. Norris, I want 2 cars on this fucking podium. I want 2 cars on this podium, Norris. That drive-by seemed way too easy. We have a lot of straight line speed over everyone else. Now Leclerc is pulling DRS everywhere, but if you look how quickly we're dropping Sainz back. Almost forgot that K-Mag existed, which is not really fair on K-Mag, given that he's first. Pit was 25 seconds, K-Mag has 27 seconds on third, so he might come out. How long has he got?
Box gives a pit confirm.
350.
Box is there.
Let's watch him, shall we? K-Mag, how you doing, buddy? Chat, you need to warn me when Norris's tyres get too much over temperature.
Box now.
Copy.
Here we go.
Traffic on exit.
That's Verstappen. What does Stroll do? No, I think Verstappen's going the distance. But he's going to be on hards, and we're now on softs.
Yeah, we just need to make sure that we don't fall off a cliff on that tyre.
Copy.
I see a Verstappen. I mean, a 15-second pit stop delta, yeah. I see a Verstappen. He's pushing. Verstappen's pushing. Is Canada the one with a weird delta because you cut half a corner? Yes, I think so. You can't push for 18 laps, Verstappen. Make believe race should not be this tense. I weirdly almost enjoy this more than actual F1. Like, it does get more tense. Come on, we can get him. We can get him. He's pushing again. Problem is, he's so much better driver. He's got to be burning extra fuel now. Norris tyres 100, thank you. We'll hold him for now. Let me know when it goes red. Come on, Mags, you can close that. Next time we cross the line, we're going to look at lap times. The II car dev over season is definitely an upgrade on last year's save. Yeah. I mean, we're taking time off him. Norris has pulled up 8 seconds in the last 2 or 3 laps since he pitted. Yeah, I honestly think if Norris carries on this pace, he could podium. Depends on Gasly. And whether he can get past everyone quick enough. That's probably not helping. Let's go down to neutral. I mean, we could go attack.
Just close up.
And Norris can push a bit on fuel. Let's do the same.
For info, we are not fuel limited. We are not fuel limited.
And think about less lifting coast.
Copy.
I am going to lift that off soon because I don't want to run right down to there. Once that hits 82, we're going to drop it. His problem is he's behind Leclerc again. I honestly think if Norris could get clean air, he'd catch Gasly. But I think he needs to be there with 10 laps to go. Right, Mags is in DRS range. He's on red, so we need to drop him. Let's drop him down to standard.
Look after it.
Lord Manny Fresh, thank you for the follow.
Keep it sensible on the time.
He's got Leclerc, he's got Leclerc.
Now this was the 7th corner. They decide to give it a go.
Oh, it's those two fuckers again.
And 5th place after that.
Let's try to get the deck.
Go on, go on, go on, go on, K-Mag, you've got him, you've got him, you've got him. Oh, you've got him, K-Mag. Now open it up, open it up.
Let's go.
Such an awesome job, mate.
Now we should be able to take a look here. Along the straights here. It's there for the taking. And Kevin Magnussen says thank you. Thank you very much.
Open it up, open it up. Bit more, bit more, bit more.
Use the overtake.
Not enough. He's going to get DRS. That'll drop slowly.
Just need to make sure we keep these tyres in good nick.
Yeah, copy.
We're past Stroll, we're past Stroll. Norris is fine, Norris is fine. He's dropping back down.
So we are low on battery at the moment.
We're going to leave him on normal because we want him to track higher. 15 laps to go.
Just need to stay on top of the lifting coast.
Problem here is I don't think Max has got enough in him to drop Verstappen. Don't worry, Magnussen. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry about it, man. I'm going to run top up.
And just have a think about getting the pack back up.
Yeah, copy that.
Straight to lift off.
Let's let him drag us around for a bit. Norris is up into third.
So this is what happened. Now the focus is on Lando Norris here. The gap opens up for them. Up into third and contending for a podium place.
You go back to neutral. No team orders yet. No, I'm not taking this away from Magnussen. If Norris was close to him, fuck you, Verstappen. Oh, K-Mag, you sneaky fucker. But I think K-Mag has a legitimate chance of winning this race. Norris doesn't. I mean, let's not forget that Norris in this race so far. Norris has gone from first down to 20th and climbed his way back up to third. Change to defend. Yeah. So this is DRS, isn't it? Let's go neutral. It's fine, mate. You got him. Thing is, if Norris could break him, could gap him. Right. I honestly think Norris would catch Verstappen if it wasn't for the fact that Verstappen's drawing DRS off of Magnussen. Safety car, we get 1-2.
And we can drop the lifter coast for now, we'll make it up later.
Copy.
Don't think it'll be enough. Not quite. No, you'll get us. It's the fucking double DRS that does it. It's such a DRS track.
Increase in lift and coast just a little.
Copy that.
And yeah, now we have a fuel problem.
Yeah, we just need to make sure that we don't fall off the cliff on that tyre.
Copy.
See if we can get fuel back whilst tailgating him.
Just keep the pressure on. You can do this.
Or we can just drive past him while conserving fuel. Does our car burn fuel or do we have a missed diffusion? I don't know. Seems to be that way. Spin down a few laps, see how it shakes out. See what I mean? Like, that's a 20-second gap. If we'd managed to break Verstappen away... Did we just break him?
We are out. DRS.
We broke him. I think it's a bit too late. There's no way we're making up 6 seconds a lap. If we'd pulled that off 4 laps earlier, we'd have done this. Three or 4, yeah, we got to get past him.
Don't destroy the tyres too quickly.
Yeah, they've fallen off, but haven't fallen off enough. I mean, that said, like, not being funny, I'll take it. Now, if you think when Norris spun out and was that back there, if you told me we were going to get a first and a third, I'd absolutely have taken that. But I don't think any of us would have predicted Magnussen's lockup, Magnussen winning this. Let's just make sure we don't run out of fuel.
So we're going to have to introduce a little bit of management.
We should follow Kevin for his first win, shouldn't we? His first win with us. The car seems legit. Yeah, I would say we have a legit car. If we told you pre-race first and third and someone's going to be climbing like mad, every single guest detail would have been wrong. Yep. Time for a bet on K-Mag sneaking the World Drivers... No. If honestly, if Norris hadn't spun out, he would be 20 seconds ahead at this point. Bring it home, K-Mag. Enjoy your win. Bring it home, buddy.
Less of a lift.
Yeah, confirm. That was perfect. Yes! Well done, everyone.
The Magnussen-Bono combo.
Takes home the win. There it is. Kevin Magnussen gets the win.
Go K-Mag.
They can be really proud of what they've achieved today. A result like that doesn't just fall into your lap.
Nice livery. Yeah, so race department. If you go to the race department website, so this is a modded livery. This is the Triple Crown livery. It's really nice. I will absolutely take that. I will absolutely take that. 4 more laps and Norris would have got past Verstappen. My second season with McLaren, 4 podiums with Norris, decent season. Norris is such a good driver. The trick is just keep hold of him. We re-signed him this year, so this is season 4. We got him for 24 million, but we kept his race bonuses low, which is really nice. I honestly think this is Lando's year of winning it for us. Assuming he doesn't
You have to say, Kevin Magnussen
screw himself
really
again.
didn't put a foot wrong today.
Incredible. That was a really well-deserved win. They got their race strategy.
Let's watch K-Mag's podium. He doesn't get to do it very often,
Been waiting patiently there,
but maybe this season he will.
it means to each and every one of them. Well, the Dane had a very impressive race, really delivering when the pressure was on.
Rookie here, in terms of mods, is there any risk or requirements in terms of laptop safety? Also any impact on Steam? Nope. So what you do is they're essentially .pack files, and you just have to know where to put them. And if you want to undo it, you just remove the .pack file. Has brilliant. I got rid of. Yeah, we had a bad opening season with Piastri.
Results in mind, what would they be feeling like?
Disastry, as he became known.
I doubt
Oh, let's see. Even Lando's happy for him.
win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
I think this is our season,
That's
chat.
it for this weekend's F1.
Yeah. If I was Max, I'd be worried. Do that video with all his crashes? No, I should really do the video with all his crashes. I should do the Piastri compendium. Nice bit of money. How are we looking on dev? I don't think we can bring in any of those before the ATR period ends, which is mildly annoying. When does ATR end? In 1 week. Nah, No, I can't imagine there's any of those we can bring in 1 week. Suspension would be closest. Like if we drop that down to 2. No, we're not getting that below that. In which case, let's up that. Another race on stream. My wife is homeward bound and it's my turn to cook dinner, so probably not tonight. But I am really enjoying doing this with you guys. She is out on some kind of Pokemon event on Saturday. So I would say your chances at the moment of getting a Friday bonus stream and Saturday bonus stream are relatively high. Also, ! Discord. For those unfamiliar, do join the Discord. There's an F1 campaign group on there. So even when I'm playing this off stream, I'm posting images like mid-race updates and everything else on there. And I absolutely do take on board tips from people as we're doing it. I don't necessarily mind as well. If people want me to, if I'm racing off stream and I've got it set up, I will stream it to one of the Discord channels. I just won't be in the voice chat, because I tend to move my computer downstairs just so I can chill and like watch Time Team or something while I'm racing. So I will do that tonight. I'll do more of this tonight after dinner. Oh yeah, you want to see my facilities, didn't you? So this is what we're up to. So in terms of early game, and what I pushed on first was Design Center, because the real differential is getting to 15 engineers. That's such a huge differential. So I pushed hard. I think season 1 I did Design Center 1, and season 2 I did Design Center the next level. No, I only just finished Design Center next level. The thing I very rarely push on is factory. Honestly, factory, like, if you're planning your part construction right, you're not really needing it to be that much higher. And then I've got these guys up to 3. I'd like to, and I think we probably will be able to. I mean, we could afford to do it now. Is drop one of these up as well. I went with, let's fix all of this stuff. Really needs to remind you of this stuff. So I did a bit of a push early on the stuff that is cheap and does team attractiveness. Because by doing that, that's what I was able to use to grab like Bono from McLaren and from Mercedes and all of that kind of stuff. So as a way of grabbing good staff, it's a good idea early on to just boost the team attractiveness stuff. Good night, Thadrin. Thanks for watching. Yeah, like a nice coffee machine. Weather Center I don't bother with because they're shite anyway. Until the Weather Center invents Y-axes, I'm not bothering with it. Staff, because remember, this is about getting Sophia Flörsch her first ever championship, because she's the only female driver in the game. We pushed very quickly and early on Race Team Simulator. Scouting department I very rarely bother with because I don't scout enough, especially in this run. Might do it in future. And team effectiveness, we probably will upgrade that this season. I'm thinking that what we'll do with our next run on this is going to be we're going to use the W mod off of race department, which adds more female drivers. I think we might go for doing something like Aston Martin and turning them into an all-female team completely. So every hireable role is female. That will be a challenge. But yeah, so that's the facilities. So the order I did them in is car dev to make sure I had at least unlocked 15 engineers, because it's a huge differential. Then I started pushing on wind tunnel and these ones. Generally speaking, when you're a lower ranked team or you're starting out, Design Center is a bigger boost and more useful. As you get higher up, I find once you need to start maximizing the ATR time you get, that's when wind tunnel, CFD, suspension, etc. become really useful. because at that point you're getting less hours and therefore you need the hours to have more impact. So early on, it's just all about being able to throw out the projects quickly, especially in season 1, season 2, because you're just trying to play catch up. But later on, it's more useful to maximize it. Really annoyed that we didn't spot this, because it actually means we've left ATR on the table. But that's my fault. Oh shit, yes. Game, you absolute fucking beauty. Not pre-recorded. The other tip I'd give people, and this is what we've learned over this run, is I really like that now other parts wear down. So you can see like the side pods and everything else and the suspension are wearing down. For that reason, you're more likely to hit your cost cap in this than you were in the first game. And that's why it's very useful when you're doing car part development. So even though we've already run, like you'll notice that we're already doing the second version of all 3 or 4 of these parts. Because what that's meant is we've only manufactured 2 of each of those parts for the car. Because we know we're going to be immediately jumping onto the UF3 or the FW3 or whatever else. So we will make like 4 versions of those parts. But we've only made 2 versions of the previous parts. And it's surprising how quickly that adds up in terms of the extra money that gives you for within the cost cap for design work. Oh no, did I pick acknowledge, not pay? Oh, why game would you put those buttons that way round? Game, why would you do that? Oh well. I live with my faults. It's my own fault. Right, that is fine. Dough indeed. I mean, I'm more zen about it knowing we've got a good car. Right, how's my wife getting on? Right, I think we will leave it there for tonight. But yeah, don't forget to chuck me a follow if you've enjoyed this. I will be playing this off stream as well. The previous parts are on YouTube, so !YouTube for the previous parts if you've not watched them for the previous ones. Do join the Discord, !Discord. Jump into the F1 campaign channel, chat F1 and that to your heart's content. Hello, Kitty.